Hello everybody and welcome. I am THEBETAPLAN and this is Crusader Kings 3, where we were playing with the Royal Core DLC, but everything else being vanilla. And as you may see from this map, our mother just died from old age, as she also had become melancholic. Very unfortunate. But there's a bright future ahead, because I am the Bloodfather. Not only that, my son here is a genius, beautiful and hale, as is my spare. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, and I'm Dutch. Kluart. But my mother, yeah, she did a few things. You see, this county, and this county were inherited by, well, the Duke that lives down here. This Duke. Well, actually, his father, I believe. Well, it was the Duchy of West-Franconia. This guy. Apparently taken away, and this is his son. But yeah. The cool thing about that is we had to conquer it all back. Annoying. But now we're gonna get this guy. And I realized only later that he is actually the inheritor of the Duchy of Nordgau. So that might just all become part of us. Which is kind of cool because we're about to lose land. This lady, her heir is a son over here. That's what happens with these Crusader states. People are fighting for the benefactor. The benefactor may not be a direct. Why would you marry a 37-year-old with lover's box who's not... Okay, she's Carling, but otherwise, stop marrying grannies. Not that 37 is a granny, because otherwise, I will be a grandpa. But, yeah, that is just a little annoying. But, yeah, we'll have to fight our own dynasty, which our own aunt. And I don't like that, because she has 17,000 troops, and I only have 16,000. She could almost take the title. In fact, supposedly she can, but I guess that's not possible, if I'm correct, because she's a female. And they are not allowed to make new house. Not a new house head, I believe. But I might be wrong on that. Maybe I just have never seen it and it is possible. Who knows? But yeah, we're grabbing all the stuff back as we hired here 8 of mercenaries. There's a ton of mercenaries in order to beat back these freaking raiders. We also are creating here a claim on the mark. So that we can make the Ritter mark. By the way, very wrong pronunciation. Because Ritter mark, the first word is Dutch. It means knight. I believe mark is German. And I know at least it was the German mark there before. I don't know exactly what it stands for, but I think it is region if you're talking about a region. So that would be the Knight region. And, well, we can create that because what I didn't realize is that this duchy is kind of weird, Lower Lorraine. Because 1, 2 are part of Lorraine. Lotharingia. 1 is part of Bavaria. And this part is, well, still part of Lotharingia, but if we take that away, we actually have 4 of the counties. Allowing me to give my second son a awesome duchy, so that our lands don't fall apart. And personally, I like that. It did force me to destroy the title of Friesland, by the way, which is why this building is deactivated, but by my mother, but now everything should be fine. We will educate child, we will have you study a language, and like we have done with most of our children, we will let them study French and High German, because that is what is near to us, which is still true to modern day Dutch. Let's invite some knights, that's not a bad idea. Let's host an exotic feast so that we can tell people that we're a little kinder. And we are, by the way, good at flattering people. So, if we could make an alliance with you, because, what was the marriage link again? I think the marriage link is over here, yeah. These two are brothers, and this is my sister. So here we can have some alliances. Not bad. My brother over here is willing to do an alliance. I know that because he is terrified of me. I have a dread of 1. And he's not even craven. But sure. I'll take those inward alliances. I will also take the alliance with my father over here, who for some reason will give me all his lands. And not split them between all my brothers. I don't know why is that, but all of these counties I am the heir to. All these 3. How do you do that, Pa? Because your title is just as much Confederate partition. But that's the way it works. There we go, we have some alliances. Marvelous news. And because we have an alliance, I'm not keen to sway this gentleman first. I first want to befriend other people. See, we can immediately go into that and have a chance. 55, a little lowish. You are way too young. Befriend? 100%, there we go. Oh, and 100% war score, always good if it's on in the green. If it's in the red, then 100% isn't good. Marvelous news. I can't probably disband. I do not get the disband all button, which might be because we were raided. Don't know. Oh, well, that's unfortunate, but we're just gonna leave that be. It's not one of the best pieces, and my mother did get a few additional very nice pieces for the court, which I'll show you in a moment. Oh, higher standards of course, let me see it. Or he gains 30% opinion of me. Yes, sure, I will take that. Not 30%, but 30 opinion. You are wonderful and I will recruit you to court. That's a wonderful night, thank you very much. Stand down. Let's look at the court and things that are happening over here. My word, this is incredible. You must write more. Somebody's making text. My liege, a knight of mine. Alright. It has potential. And he might get 50 learning experience. Or forming to close to a rivalry. I don't know what happened there. And you are, oh master, you are indeed one of the ones that has claimed to Venice. A court musician approaches me, practically skipping along the rhythm only he can hear. A crumb of your attention, my lord. I have prepared an all-male choir beyond compare. According to my new method, they not only sing, but wear tights, don ornate codpieces atop their glimmering loins, and dance in synchronized fashion. If you don't know this is a reference to the Chippendales. You just look them up. And I don't mean the Chipmunks before you go look them up. Awesome series, and I'm getting old, but that's something different. All amidst praising God, of course, and certainly if you fund grand performance, it will be please, ladies of the court. Well, you have my coin because you know what? All-male choir is a popular opinion boost, and besides, 300 gold is not that bad for us. Though I have to admit, the gold income is a little less than it was a while ago. But I can ask the head of Fame for gold, because we are buddy-buddy. And this gentleman, I'm gonna send you a gift and make you a little happier with me. Negotiator, no, not on you. Ransom for a 50, oh, for 50 gold, yes, but I want for a favor. Thank you. Because I don't know what, realm will lose land when Verwell has foreign title. Yeah, you. Kinda hope you stay in our realm. I don't know if this works this way, but ransom you for 50 gold. So basically what I've done is I told him you can have those people for free. I give you 100 gold and you give me 100 gold. Oh, no, he will give me 60 gold. So I will give him a small package and he loves me a lot more. I hope. Are you raiding me again? No, you're passing through my lands. Still. But yeah, that's a little bit of a meh. But wonderful air here. Love it, love it, love it. And wonderful spare here. Hold court. Let's do so. And see what happens. An envoy from a provincial city, Mayor Philibert of Büningen. That sounds German. Not Dutch. Where does this lie? Yeah, that is indeed a German city. They occupy and repossess our arable land by force. Production of van Vessel to Bolwijn and this man. Okay. So Emmo is well within his right, and this man gains opinion of me, which doesn't really matter at all. But the Duke gains opinion of me, and Simon gains apparently opinion of me. That's my core bishop, which is very good. And this man loses opinion of me. I don't mind. Get out of here. The Duke is well within his right. The man who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner. My lord, he begins his speech. I represent the local community of Amsterdam. Oh, you're already a level 3 physician. You don't need to cut up bodies. Quit it. And a new arrival to my court today is one Prokop. And he wants Giacomo. Oh, this is the second time they try to claim this boy who has claims to my land, has claims to land, but the Demestra, they are not, despite him being beautiful and this one having claims. They're not making any babies because she's not the inheritor, and thus they don't care. Which is such a shame. But she's my seneschal and he's a cupbearer, so it's not bad, and I refuse to let him go. My business is done here. Let us... Wait. There we go. Go on a pilgrimage. To the Vatican. And gain ourselves a little bit more. For a moment I thought they were pillaging Berg. I was like, no. Novgorod, Lithuanian hybrid culture. Novgorod, Estonian. Why is it Novgorod, Lithuanian hybrid culture? I can see Lithuanian. This is Estonian. This is Finnish. This is Novgorod. Or is it Novgorodian No, diverse from Russian. Me confused being. Oh, there it is. This tiny sliver of land. Sure, buddy, you enjoy that. But speaking of our cultures, we did do with my mother create a improvement to the Flemish culture. We are actually finally introducing industrious. Will take 11 more years. After 11 years, we will form a hybrid culture. But luckily, ours isn't yet 50 years old. A loyal subject isn't a bad one though to get. Maybe we should wait 14 years and then combine. But yeah, that seems like an awesome thing to do. And I forgot something. I'm sorry. I said that my mother had added a lot of things to the royal court, of which one is a statue of herself. And actually, I like this because I never had seen the female version. I had only seen the male version. And now, of course, we find out that we could have given this up quite easily because Jacob's Cabinet, and we have just this bloody throne. And if I remove this throne, can I... Don't know how to remove it. Maybe you should look in the previous episode, but this one looked much better. The standard one. I think you saw this one in an episode. I think you were privy to this, or a witness. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, that all happened. And also the Folkwaldi dynasty banner increased. And this one I like as well, except that I would have loved this in some of my own games where you have this, or in one of our previous games where you form a giant empire and vassal limit +10. Amazing! And I know I'm conquering just a wee little bit. But Anhalt's, that was ours. So we're just grabbing it back. This, I'm just grabbing because I need to give my son land before our realms fall apart. But in principle, we're trying to grow tall, not fat. I mean, in principle. Okay, I can't help myself a little bit, but I'm really trying because the development here is 44, growing at 1.6. Let's go to Byzantium. 45, growing at 1.1, and they're at 12. They are at 12. And we are at 19 out of 100. So there will be a moment when we equalize with Byzantium, but we won't be past it yet. But we're working hard on it. And not only that, of course, I really want to keep the Folkwalding be the dynasty head for just a little bit longer, because I really want to take treasure knowledge, because that is development growth. However, that's going to take another 3,700, another 1,500, sorry, to reach 3,750. I should stop talking so fast. I'm falling over my own words. And that, of course, that's going to take a while if you only get +10. But if Dukes come and swear fealty to me, we get another bonus of 75, of course. So there is still a good few things to do. What we also going to do is commission an artifact, which we're going to do. We have a pretty good regalia, but I don't think we have a pretty good crown. No, our crown is kind of poop. Also, our second book that we created was like also a crap book. I will show you in a moment. Let's first hire somebody to make a crown. So let's go into the books. This is a totally different episode than normal. What I normally tend to make, sorry. There it is. There's this tiny little book. Crime and Punishment. 10 prestige. 5 intrigue lifestyle. Yeah, I really like this better. Prestige and stress loss. Or stress gain is lowered. Which is amazing. I also know there's a book that can give you a health. Amazing. And then there is an elixir that can give you health. I had a character that had an elixir that gives health. And a book that gives health. You can grow really, really old on that. Though I hadn't beaten my record yet of 111. And not dead yet. But the game ended. So, couldn't do much anymore. Worldly Pilgrim. I mean, diplomacy is what he's good at. That is kinda... But dedicated pilgrim wouldn't be bad because the piety is really bad. But you know, I'm gonna go for world pilgrimage. In memory of my mother, the crown. Or in memory of Imagina. Yeah, that is my mother, and that gives us 75 for now. You know what? I will do that. I will dedicate the crown to my mother. Also, this crown is a little too big for my liking. What crown is this? What crown is this? Because the Fleur-de-Lis crown is much smaller. The French one. This is just a leaf crown. Also looks fine. Imperial. No, that's not the one. Because we're king. Couldn't be an imperial one. Lotus crown. Nope. We are now far. Oh, hold on. Jewel encrusted crown. Well, you know what? I have to admit, we are kind of freaking rich, so I should keep it. In fact, the things that we are doing over here in this playthrough kind of is a little reminiscent of what Duke Floris did. There was and his father also, I think, named Floris or Boudewijn. I don't remember exactly. But there were two dukes in the Netherlands that did quite a bit for the development of the Netherlands. Because I'm kind of surprised, actually, that in our terrain, we don't have floodplains. Because you can see this lake over here. Doesn't exist anymore, and this was more or less an island. It was interspersed here by water, and this was called West Friesland. This region where I'm hovering over. So let's say the bishopric of Edam and Medemblik. And this was also a little bit different, but indeed this was a sea, and nowadays it's a lake because it's enclosed artificially. But this was very swampy and very flooded every time. So I'm kind of surprised that they made it all plains. Because the reason that this was a lake there is because everything flooded every time. And, you know, of course, I am over-exaggerating a little bit, but it would have really helped with agrarian. No, not agrarian. Boulders? Is it agrarian? It's agrarian. Floodplain. It does help with... I would have made this floodplains. Like, this was constantly... I know that in later Middle Ages, but I'm talking about late Middle Ages. When these two dukes came, one of the dukes was one that started to work really on, poldering stuff. Which is what the Dutch are known for. Poldering, which is basically putting land via putting a dike down, dissuading, preventing the water from coming in, and actually gaining a land that is actually below sea level. A lot of the Netherlands, thanks to the environmental stress, sea levels would rise just a few meters, we would lose about this part on the left side of my cursor. That would also all be flooded from the Netherlands. Which is why, to me, environment is very important. I hope you kind of like, by the way, this type of episode. Do let me know in the comments. I'm going to make a few more like this. But yeah, this is because of the big skip. And I talk now about the big subjects and things that happened in between. Which also then relates back to modern day. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised I didn't make it floodplains. Would have also been very cool with our agrarian trade and would have made it a little bit more logical. Later in the Middle Ages, they did do started with type of diking, not really the poldering. That happened even later with the Dutch engineer called leegwater, which is really funny because leegwater means empty water. And he emptied lakes of water in order to get land, so it was just, I don't know, the perfect name for him. But yeah, that is much later when they do this. That's actually beyond the Dark Ages, and they started gaining lands back with this Duke Florus, but that's later, and that's when we are well part of the Holy Roman Empire. And in fact, the one before him, I think actually it was Willem, not Bauer, Willem and then Florus. Some people thought that he might become or chosen to become the Holy Roman Emperor, and that would have been the only and first Dutch emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. But yeah, of course, we started way before that. Person has never been born, never will be born, because the Folkwaldings took control again, and the whole different thing. But we basically putting that ahead, and I mentioned that also because Duke Florus was the one that built in. Well, the town isn't in here because Delft actually is way too high. This is actually Haarlem, in my opinion. Delft lies somewhere around here. So it's kind of weird that Delft is shown here as a name. But in Haarlem, there is, or Den Haag, which lies a little lower. I should say it was done Den Haag. I apologize, but still, this is not Delft. He built the Ridderzaal, which is the knight. I want to say room, and that's kind of true, but a zaal kind of means like it's a ballroom size, like it's big. And that was way beyond what was seen back then in the Netherlands, because we were a backwater country. And drip back into that later as well. But that got a lot of prestige, and a lot of people came here, and he was the one that actually, Duke Florus, also made it so that farmers weren't given land by the lords and had to work it for them and then give, pacht back. Pacht is a type of tax in which they had to give part of their grain and another thing they grew to the lord. He made it so that they could buy land and keep it for themselves, which is why the Dutch farmers became more important and why the cities became more important, on which of course all of these parochialism is based on. So I can see this, but the funny thing is that this is later in the Dutch development and shouldn't be here yet. Certainly not when we started, and it was there, and here it's already a bit early. And this, for that, would be more floodplains. But of course, I am extremely specific, as I'm a Dutch person that likes Dutch history. But it's interesting. And then there are, of course, polders, which is kind of a special one for us, because polders are very much associated with the Netherlands, and also, as I just said, it was kind of later. But yeah, the pastoral lands, farm fields, wetland farms, manor house, and orchards building additional bonuses, but we cannot build wetland farms. But I guess polders will also be somewhere around, perhaps people here can, because there's a lot of wetlands, and I'm moving here because there's a lot of wetlands over here. So they might have use of polders. Does Egyptian have Egyptian Nubian? Okay, they have agrarian, but they do not have warrior queens. But they do not have. I think that's from Nubian, right? Yeah, I'm sorry I'm being so much distracted. Here's true Egyptian. There it is. No, it does not have polders. So you have made something that's very specific for Dutch. Cool. Really? Really cool. Don't get me wrong. But why in the blazes does it have options for orchards and wetland farms? Orchards is logical. That we can't build in the Netherlands. And why are there no wetlands at all? Darn it. I am focusing everything on development, and I have a hardest time surpassing Byzantium. And I have put this guy on nothing else but that, and that is a good steward. It's all because Byzantium just goes, they start higher and they have the Hagia Sophia. Which is just, no, it's not the Hagia Sophia, it's probably this building on the Theodosian walls. Yeah, development growth plus 0.3, plus 20% on top of that. Just crazy. But I have gone so many, and they're also bureaucratic, the Byzantine government. So they have the same type of court in order to. Oh no, I'm administrative. Yeah, but I have a 0.2. He has a 15%. So 15% tends to be better if you already have a high growth. But yeah, we also have development growth. We both try to work on development. Just, there's a lot of stuff, man. Oh, man. I walked a holy path. Thank you. I can lawfully imprison you. Okay. Don't really care. Low control in there. The 3 months should be reasonably quickly. Oh no, you're working over here. Yeah, because we got raided. Never you mind. My daughter Cecilia is more like a good education. And oh, I'm sorry about that. That was window security popping up. Did not expect that one. Do I? Oh, wait a second. Then there's this Duke. You're a boy. Is he still being taught? Yeah. Make him Flemish. Because these guys are still Dutch. That, of course, isn't the purpose. It's good to be home. Inspire you. Go to the Great Hall. Because otherwise it's always going to be worse. You want to destroy that? Absolutely not. It's the best. It's an item that my mother made. Did I already show that? I think I did. But yeah, this is good. You're not gonna call that. You're not gonna break that one. Absolutely not. I refuse. And it's my birthday. Now it's not. Now you know that one of those days was my birthday, but you don't know exactly which one. Recruit the court. You're not like the best knight, but you're a knight. You know what? Oh, I was just about to say, you're so close, you're gonna grow them on your own. It's fine, but I'm gonna go back to Berg. We don't need that, but in 6 months we can fight for Mark, and that would be amazing, because then we can give you a duchy, and then everything would be swell. By the by, we no longer have an alliance with my aunt, and I don't think we can create one. Yeah. You are married to her parent, sibling, grandchild, blah, 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 or child married to a child, sibling of yours. That means that if you marry... Yeah, but she doesn't have her child because she just has... Yeah. Yeah. I cannot ally her anymore unless I marry her, so to speak. Or we can arrange a marriage between my boy and her. That should get an alliance. Yeah, see? But that is a ridiculous proposal. And again, it's probably never gonna come to fruition, is it? That is an interesting thing. She's poor. Of course, now she's got strong blood, so there's a chance that she will live longer. That is a really weird one to do. Between my nephew and you, would that... I would get us an alliance. My nephew needs 14 more years before that is gonna happen, and this does solidify the alliance. I don't think this is gonna be a big problem, because she's gonna die and he's gonna get remarried, and it's fine, so... a good word to the Duke. Yes, why not? I can always rely on you, Sophie. Wonderful. It's always very nice when your wife is good. Is there not, by the way, a way to double sway scheme? No, that's not in here. That is within... somewhere in here. There's like, you can... Here, maximum sway schemes. Glory. Such a good one. Also because sway schemes don't tend to have negative events. You know what, we're gonna take on a little hunt. Please don't kill my boy or let him kill somebody else. I know you, game. I know you inside out. Such a pleasant man. We already become friends. That's very good. Can we befriend you with 100% care? Yes, we can. Yeah, we'll lose the money for some piety gain. Why is my money so low? I thought we got more back in the day, but... We leave this adventure behind now, and with that we're also going to leave this generation behind, if you will. After all, oh, honestly, it's not a bad trade. It is very... Oh, you're going for stewardship and you got arbitrary. Wonderful. The one that helped you out before didn't help you out much. But yeah, with that we're going to leave this generation. I'm going to go to I'm making another video after this. Probably going to be the next generation. Let me know what you like about this video, because it's a very different style than I normally do. I know I've been ranting left and right about all kinds of things. I have been showing you the country, what happened, integrating it with all kinds of speech. I know it was a chaotic mess, but maybe you like that. Let me know. Please react, because I have feedback. I love interaction with my community. And, well, I actually hope in the next episode maybe we're going to have another crusade and, liberate Aquitaine from all this Muslim territory? Who knows? Might be an idea. I'll say thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.